Courage by Anne Sexton. Anne Sexton was an American poet born November 9th, 1928 in Newton, Massachusetts. Growing up, Sexton was an excellent student and showed interest in her writing from a young age. However, her childhood was marked by lots of challenges, including the death of her father when she was just 14 years old, which led to her long battle of mental illness. Despite these struggles, Sexton went on to become a celebrated poet in the 1960s and 1970s, known for her confessional style and deeply personal themes. Her work explored issues of sexuality, mental illness, and family relationships, and was marked by raw honesty that was different from traditional norms of femininity and propriety. Sexton's most famous collection, Live or Die, was published in 1966 and won her the Pulitzer Prize for Poetry the following year. Throughout her career, she continued to push boundaries with her writing, hence her poem Courage. She was a courageous, hard-working woman who delved into taboo subjects and broke free from traditional poetic forms. Sadly, Sexton's life was cut short when she took her own life in 1974 at the age of 45. However, her legacy as a groundbreaking poet and fearless voice in American literature lives on today. Rest in peace, Anne Sexton. Courage by Anne Sexton. It is in the small things we see it. The child's first step, as awesome as an earthquake. The first time you rode a bike, wallowing up the sidewalk. The first spanking, when your heart went on a journey all alone. When they called you crybaby, or poor, or fatty, or crazy, and made you into an alien. You drank their acid and concealed it. Later, if you faced the death of bombs and bullets, you did not do it with a banner. You did it with only a hat to cover your heart. You did not fondle with the weakness inside you, though it was there. Your courage was a small cold that you kept swallowing. If your buddy saved you and died himself in so doing, then his courage was not courage. It was love. Love as simple as shaving soap. Later, if you have endured a great despair, then you did it alone, getting a transfusion from the fire, pinky the scabs off your heart, then wringing it out like a sock. Next, my kinsman, you powdered your sorrow, you gave it a back rub, and then you covered it with a blanket, and after it had slept a while, it woke to the wings of the roses and was transformed. Later, when you face old age and its natural conclusion, your courage will still be shown in the little ways. Each spring will be a sword you'll sharpen. Those you love will live in a fever of love, and you'll bargain with the calendar. And at the last moment, when death opens the back door, you'll put on your carpet slippers and stride out. Anne Sexton's poem, Courage, emphasizes the concept of courage and how it is displayed in small, everyday moments as well in times of great despair and death. The poem explores the theme of overcoming challenges and personal struggles. Sexton suggests that courage is not the absence of fear or weakness, but rather it is the willingness to face and confront one's fears and vulnerabilities. Sexton uses examples from the very beginning. You are born like a child's first step, comparing it to an earthquake to express how even the small moments have such a significant impact on our lives. These examples from childhood also emphasize a time of exploration and first, which is also a person's most vulnerable time. Sexton points out this vulnerability has frequently repressed. This is what she meant by you drank their acid / and concealed it. In the second stanza, Sexton uses later, signaling the time after childhood. She explores the theme in the face of adversity and danger. She describes how soldiers facing death do not show courage with a banner or a flag, but rather with the simple act of putting on a hat to cover their hearts. Sexton shows that courage is found in quiet moments of inner strength. In the third stanza, Sexton uses different imagery to describe the healing process after one has been emotionally hurt. The acid swallowed in the first stanza is the pain that's being healed. By powdering it, giving a back rub, and letting it sleep is the process of comforting oneself and letting time heal the pain. One can rise from the ashes of their own despair and pain. Like the mythical bird Phoenix, This is the bird Sexton was referencing in the poem. In the final stanza, Sexton describes old age and death, suggesting again that even in the face of these inabilities, courage can still be found in the small things. The image of sharpening a sword each spring and bargaining with the calendar shows a determination to keep going and find hope in the midst of difficulty. The final line, "You put on your carpet slippers and stride out," is a powerful image of accepting one's fate and facing it with grace and courage. She was well known for her death wish, and in these lines, she visualizes her own death, a common feature of much of her poetry. Overall, Anne Sexton's courage explores the theme of courage in everyday experiences and how facing challenges and overcoming personal struggles can be a source of strength and inner fortitude. The poem suggests that courage is not just demonstrated in moments of extreme adversity, but can be found in the small moments of life that require us to face our fears and vulnerabilities.